think a little bit more. Hello, everybody. We are about to start. Needed to make a couple little adjustments. So
Hit the like button. Please hit that like button now.
All right. Here we are. Welcome to Cocktail Hour with Rick. I'm your host, Rick Serra. My co-host, my lovely wife, Darlene. My son, Bo, went to hide all of a sudden for some reason. How are you? It is Friday night, November the 8th. Just a couple of weeks, and it'll be Thanksgiving. And then,
Hey, spin.
before you know it, it'll be that time of year. Ho, ho,
Dr.
ho.
Leonard Hostetter.
Cheers, everybody. Here's to you.
I
I'm
will say cheers in a minute.
enjoying
Cheers, Fairy Girl, Daniel Evans.
Yingling, or Youngling. Regular
Cheers.
old lager. So, hello, everybody. My able assistant will call out your name when you join.
Just never hear me.
We ask you to.
Alien Train, hello.
I'm talking about to anybody coming in just at the moment, maybe, when I was saying that. Not saying you didn't say anybody's name already. You misunderstood. Quit being so sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? It's like everything is. I'm being funny a little bit because that's me usually.
Hey, Christian Thomas, how are you?
So, had to change
He's
chairs.
up in New England. He's in New Hampshire on
Oh, good.
his New England trip.
Good for you. Enjoy up there, the
I'm glad
beautiful
you dropped
scenery.
in to say hey, hey.
And we put some beautiful photos taken by Amy Hackey
Hey,
in northern
Woodland.
Vermont, and I added in my
What,
stream,
I just called you Woodland.
my promos today, in the Instagram or the TikTok, I put in image I got that just appeared on my phone, courtesy of Facebook, and it was another beautiful view of fall foliage, fully, brightly colored out. It's so nice when you have such beautiful colors. We're down here and we don't see the colors like that. We see green, and then we see brown, and then we see green, and then we see brown. So it hasn't really been a heavily rainy period. It's kind of a little dry, except for a couple of hurricanes that happened to jump on us, but otherwise we're back to the dry. Maryland is so
And
dry.
hot. It's been like 85 every single
Yeah,
day.
and up in Maryland it's been in the 70, 75, 80 even earlier this week.
The brown is from Rick's.
Well, it's probably actually the drying out of vegetation, and it turns brown. I'm sorry you had to go right there to the gusset
That was spin.
exploration. Thank you, Spin Dallas. Yes, my gusset is brown. I bet yours is also profound. Oh God, that wasn't worthy of getting a shot from the Nerf gun, but at least I tried. So
Hey, Patricia Lutz.
everybody, I just want to make
It's
sure
rum and root beer. She's
Good.
drinking.
we're still following the same decorum. We don't want to talk about any kind of things that are divisive and unpleasant.
I think that everybody knows.
Okay. Just saying that especially because of where we are. We just had an election, and it's always
Then stop
a
pulling
stressful
close
thing.
to it.
So I'm just saying, just remain lovable as you are, and I just want
Hello,
to
Corgi.
put it out there for the mods to know. We don't want to let that happen. You'll have to use the normal approaches, I'm sorry to
Spin
say.
is having a Sammy Adams.
Sammy
Cocktober.
Adams. Cocktober?
Cocktober.
Cocktober. Is it a white cocktober or a black cocktober?
not only did
My beer went the
it
wrong
choke
way.
on that, you thought you got away with
Okay, well now you get me. Okay. Ow. Oh, where'd you hit me? Ow. So last night I surprise live stream. It's a surprise Darlene didn't even know because she was asleep. But I did it after the
it.
Ravens
Exact pile.
went to the last second and
Yeah,
somehow,
well, Rush. So you did it.
right after.
So yeah, I went to bed.
So I was down here in the former bedroom. Now it's a Florida room again, where
Wow.
we store items in it, and then we have an extra bed if anybody wanted to visit. And we've been happy
Arson
with
tour.
the location. But now we moved on up to actually the
To the
interior.
east side.
Up to, yeah, right, it is a little bit east of this room. This is west, right? So yeah.
I'm just thinking of the
But you were
Jeffersons.
right on the money with it.
Debsy rocks.
Hey Debsy up in Parkville, how are you? Keep everybody in line up there. Hope everybody's
That's
fine.
right, spin to the Lux apartment in the sky.
I saw a video with Franco, the
Christina Thomas.
former owner of the Holiday House,
Bobby the Desert Walker.
which of course I did a lot of live streams in the day of the bands at the Holiday House. Well, he had a terrible accident and he had to have part of his leg amputated. But Franco is
Giving
doing
people
well.
a shot.
Good. Well, you can't see nothing. There's like, look at the inside of my lining.
my
It's very
cost.
attractive. I am getting more and more of a spot here that tells me I'm losing weight. I'm going to get the hernia repair in my belly. Hun, I just looked at the scale. New low, 216.
Very good.
It's only 1 pound lower. I was at 217. So, how am I doing this, folks? I'm eating less. And I'm still drinking water, lots of water. I think it's very important to keep yourself hydrated, and also I think it has a cleansing effect. And you know, I only do the special cleanse once a
good,
month,
Jimmy
so
Rick. I prefer
drink
the
your
grapefruit.
water. Bo, don't go too far away. Hey,
Hey, Bo!
come back here. He's all right. He's like by the mailbox.
No, it's not all right. Hey, Bo!
Get over here.
All right.
Come on.
I was getting ready to say, you know what?
Children. Yes, you. Get over here. You're so cute. Come on. Come on. No? I'm going to go back here. So he's going to his
Harrison.
bed right behind me. I'm not sure if anybody can see. He's right behind me.
Not really.
Not really.
Now it's completely blocked.
I'm totally blocking.
Yes.
So,
You have to move your chair, so don't worry about it.
I had a great visit with Jonathan J.T., as you might know him, and fan on the Cocktail Hour at times. He's getting ready to return to Vermont, and we had him actually hosted with us last week in the horrible vertical orientation episode. A lot of people didn't like that vertical orientation. Well, here I am back with the horizontal, and it might have been me, okay? So I'll have to say that maybe it was like that because of me. But I stayed with it, didn't I? I gave it a try, so consider that my attempt to see what I think of the new preference by YouTube to do vertical live streams. And like I said last time, this is what I think about them. No.
Well, we have gotten
Thumbs down.
some information on the roof repair. We
Yes.
did get it recharged. It looks really good. It did
Closed
cost
up.
more money.
Yes, it did, but
But
whatever.
we also had a pretty good rain after they
Yes.
charged it.
And
No water in the house.
and also because they pushed the roof back to where it was originally, the parts that bent back got blown free. It's keeping the warm air from entering through the above the wall, and that is helping us to be able to cool the space better. And as a result, we actually last night
Good, Jimmy Rick.
After a lot of moving of clothing and things, we slept in the master bedroom.
Potato cartol.
Let's have a round of
Thank you, Potato.
cheers to my former occupant of that room, my
Hey, Miss
mom.
Flo,
God
glad
bless
you
you,
made
Mom. And thank you for buying this home so that we could be here right now.
Yeah.
And I hope what we do for you
Maria
next
G.
week makes you smile. We have a very nice service planned, and it's going to be actually here in the community at the front, the room where we have recreation. The church, unfortunately, was flooded by the hurricanes,
Feet
and
underwater.
they're still trying to get things put back together. So they couldn't really host it effectively because we wanted to also have some
Adorable,
food and a
adorable.
little reception after the service so people could enjoy each other's company for a little while. And hopefully it'll be a very nice
Scott Bagley.
thing for everybody to enjoy. And tomorrow I'll be going over actually to do a test on a sound system that the organist, he went out and bought a Bose wireless speaker. And he said that he thinks it's very impressive, so he's going to try to see how it does for the room, and we might be using that completely for the music. That would be great. And then we'll see how the regular PA is just for miking of people for speaking, and maybe for the one singer. We have a special solo planned by the choir director of the Church of the Owls, it's called.
Yeah. I left him a message. I never spoke with him.
Well, we hope that it's going to come because apparently he's been approached by,
Leslie.
yeah, and also Judy.
Okay. I did call him in here then.
So,
Jimmy Rick said, Rick, I rewatched the game on Prime. I say that second to last touchdown by the Bengals, that guy showboated.
yes, you saw that. That was ridiculous. I mean, the guy has got nobody near him, so he's going to easily go in and score. So what does he do? He gets to the line. Then he walks along the goal line before he goes in, like taunting almost. Taunting, that was a penalty. That was 15 yards.
But they didn't get
But they
charged.
didn't get any. And no, he scored the touchdown, of course. But like I said, on my review, which I posted even a link on Facebook for people if they'd like to catch that. But it's on, of course, the channel, YouTube channel, under Rick's live streams. Not hard to find. So, some people that got on there, it was fun little, about an hour, and we had a good time. And we talked about some other stuff as well. It's surprising what people think sometimes. They were just assumptions that people thought about the things that happened, and I'm not going to mention. But I think that what I said was the right words to use. You can judge if you want to watch the review. But
I'm not watching it.
I know. But the bottom line is live and let live, and you gotta
That's true.
roll.
Like Paul said, both quarterbacks are phenomenal.
Oh, they were great. They both were
Hey, Trey Baker.
on fire. I mean, and the sad thing for the Bengals quarterback is he just doesn't have the super fast legs, you know. So he's actually not running out a lot of extra yards out of broken plays. But you know, we had a couple near interceptions, but he got lucky with that. And I think Lamar was pretty clean of any even near interceptions. His passing was very accurate, and whenever he needed to, he got it out of bounds and then, you know, killed the ball the proper way, no intentional grounding. It was good.
Well, Pam, there'll be other Fridays when you're here where you can be on the show.
Yes. We are happy to have close people we know to come join and to be with us when they're live.
I'm supposed to tell you that Jamar Chase did that because Lamar did the exact same thing earlier.
Did he really? Well, I'm sorry I didn't see Lamar do that,
Thank
and
you,
I would have to
Hey,
chastise
Nancy
him
Maria.
uh, now because you did that. Lamar, what's wrong with you, hot dogging like that? Don't do that again. All right?
Nancy.
So-
Nancy Santa Maria.
Nancy Santa Maria Latica, welcome. One of my visitors last night as well. And last week we missed Soul, and Soul asked actually to be cleansed, but I missed her. So, I don't know if she'll see this, but for last week, you're cleansed, Soul. And any of your pets or family are all included. One big super straw of cleansing. And I made that hydrogen solution right there on the fly. It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing.
Oh, baby, you're so amazing.
I'm amazing. So, what else? I think if I can get out of here, if I'm able to move the body, maybe I'll take my little folding stool. I'd love to go down to Saltwater Hippie. I talked about doing it as like a meet and greet, but it's hard right now. Everybody's going through a lot, especially anybody in this region. You've been through a lot. People coming in from the outside.
Yes, I did, Carson.
What you're going to find is less parking, so that's not good. So that makes it a problem. And if you're in the area and you go to a place like, oh, good. Bo's doing his number 2 over on the side there, away from where we normally walk. Good boy. But out there, but probably be at Saltwater Hippie, and if you may sense, that could mean maybe I'll take a tripod. And maybe I'll play a little bit of the music there. But I'm not doing multiple hours, okay? But so a little something to look forward to if you like to see the bands down there. They're almost always really good musicians that play down there.
They always have good deals.
Yes. So it's good fun, and
Hey, Colin.
it's better in person.
Crystal from Canada.
Hey, welcome. Glad to have you.
And Adorable Deplorables from Canada also.
Okay,
Michael
right.
T.
Michael T,
He
hello.
said, you look good tonight.
Oh, thank you. I even, I showered and shaved, brushed the teeth after dinner, redid the hair to try to get it to stay in one place. I need a haircut.
You need a haircut
And
to keep it in one place.
wearing nice
We have to lacquer you down.
little surfboard shorts, and then this nice kind of a swirly, mesmerizing mirage of blue. I got this at Bell's, which is a local retailer.
That's not where you got those shorts.
Not the shorts, but this. I don't know where you got the shorts.
I would not have bought those for you unless you tried them on.
Really? So maybe I
I
did.
love them. It was probably Burlington.
I don't know. You never know with me. I don't think it was Walmart, I'll tell you that.
It wasn't Walmart.
No. No, they're really well made, whoever's they are. So we also done a lot of work this
Well,
week.
that's great. You do that with her, Carson.
How about you all? Have you had a busy week? Have you been working hard doing things? Well, you know, we're retired, but
But we tire out very easily.
yes. But we have, today we worked together and we cleaned the Florida room,
We needed
and it was,
desperately.
oh my God.
Don't go into detail. I don't need to.
It was just dirty, okay? And we were living in that almost exclusively for weeks. How long have we been here?
Not as long as what you think.
Oh, well. It seems long when it's hard and hot, tough. And there's no beaches. I can't go to any of the beaches. We went exploring for where we could go to the beach, and
You've
there's a
only been
couple
here
of
for
spots.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh my
Correct.
God. And there's a couple of places we could go. Dunedin Causeway, which is okay, not tremendous. Water's real shallow. Before you go onto the bridge,
Well,
along
Jimmy,
Golf
on
Boulevard.
a forklift, were you inside or out? And if you're outside, you can wear a coat on a forklift. I know, I was
Yeah.
trained, I have my forklift license, believe it or not.
Fork you, really?
Yeah, fork you.
And there's a spot where you can pull over on the right before the bridge that goes over to Clearwater
Carson
Beach.
Fork,
Hey,
thank you.
Carson,
I got,
thank you. You were there last night with the tip. Whoa, that's a bigger tip. Thank you so much.
you got a nice bonus at work.
I got a bonus at work here. Thanks, boss. Carson's one of my many bosses. You all are like my little boss on. Yes, you are. And
Oh, and Doug
how
got
can
a
you
bath
tell me?
yesterday.
Oh, I gave us both a shower. First I did him, and then I did myself, and then I rinsed us both off. Let him sit there and kind of let it soak in a little while to help get the oils out of his especially hard area for him is the face. His head and his face. He puts his face everywhere he wants to go first. So it is always the dirtiest thing. He has burnt pieces of food. You never know what you're going to find. Sometimes the only way to get stuff out is to get fine-tooth comb and just go through
Well,
it.
it's man's comb.
But, you know,
combs that may have a thin side and a thicker side.
He doesn't.
It works very
He doesn't
well.
shed. You know, he's got poodle hair. So.
Michael T said you never let him brush.
Oh no. Well, he actually tried recently. I thought so. Then he said I was wrong. So apparently I didn't let you. But I was wrong thinking that's what you were doing. But I was thinking that. See,
Dan Aykroyd.
it's called my paranoid. Try it third time. Paranoid delusions.
Did you hear me say Dan Aykroyd?
Is Dan here?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dan.
How's it
I
happen?
want to tell people about your newest vodka.
Robert Ryan, hello there.
He has this new vodka, crystal meth vodka.
It
Oh
is
my God,
not.
it's so good.
I wish.
He has these guys, and it's like
Oh, I hit go when it went down.
Breaking Mad Productions or something, and they make this up for Dan. It's really blended very nicely. You can hardly tell the crystal meth is there. There's no crunchiness or anything. It's a smooth, nice smooth shot. And a couple of shots and you are out, man. You're in ozone territory. How many times you want to do this? How many times you going to do it? As long as I keep talking about this bullcrap topic, you're going to just keep feeding me.
Why not? Because the thing is,
This is like Civil War.
I wish it were real.
You wish they were.
I wish it were real.
It's like the Civil War where they would, fill the cannons and
Hey,
shoot
Alaska, how
for
you
and
doing?
reload. Oh my gosh. Alaska, welcome to the program.
Protein waterfall.
Protein.
Trey,
I
said
love your
Baker.
waterfalls. So, you take a pause here.
For what?
This beer tastes a little thin. It's kind of odd.
Don't
It was
ask me
part
about
of the
this.
same 12-pack of beer, and every other one I've had the regular taste of Yingling, and this one, it tastes like it's a little bit like a light version.
Well, Daniel, it is a North Dark.
Nerf darts. We are big supporters of the Nerf Dart Company. In fact,
Well, I'm glad, Carson, it's good stuff.
I'm trying
I
to.
do understand that Deep Eddy's plain vodka doesn't taste all that great.
It doesn't taste bad.
No, but I can understand where my friend preferred Tito over Deep Eddy's plain vodka.
It depends on what you're drinking.
Sure.
If you're mixing a vodka with, say, citrus type things, that might not be the same effect if you were doing it more savory with like Bloody Mary or something like that. And sometimes a different vodka is best for
I wish I
whatever
did
you're
drink
going to make the drink to be. Now, drinking it straight
Tito's.
with just like a lime and maybe taking it and just drinking it with water, like ice and water, but no sweetener or anything. That must be a
Hey,
very
Doc.
specific flavor. That's probably why
Well, Jimmy Rick
Tito's is preferred.
drinks Deep Eddy's peach with cranberry.
Well, that's a very cool idea.
Yeah. But I will say, and I have to watch it because I do overdrink.
She's just over enthusiastic at times.
But I have very rarely
Oh,
had a hangover.
yeah. The next day is like you wake right up and it's no big deal. It was a big deal when you went to bed, but then it's good the next morning. It's very good. The worst thing that'll happen is I'll have to make her
Something
toast
to
with
eat.
butter or something like that before she goes to bed.
I have to eat before I go to bed.
She has this, when she's had a good stone on, she needs to have a little food. We are right next to a retaining structure that
Mr.
takes the
Dog.
water through channels up to the
Well,
west of here.
when Rick drinks vodka, it's usually Deep Eddy's lemon
Yeah,
or
Or-
Deep Eddy's grapefruit.
I've had that, but I
That's
like
almost good.
if I'm having
Got it.
dirty martini, just some olive juice, a couple
Then-
olives,
Then it's Tito's.
vodka, on ice. No, it's not. It might. I love that that Russian,
Or the potato.
the potato vodka.
Can't even remember what that's called.
Lusasawa. I think it starts with the letter L. Lusasawa, and that's what I was trying to get at with what you're going to use to make the vodka you might choose
And we
to
got
be
that
different.
from Henry.
Yes, really found that is a great vodka for the job. But I've had others
Bella's
because they don't.
right here, laying right in
Most
front
bars
of the
don't
fan.
carry that. It's something you have to go look for, a potato vodka. So
In
they
fact, you can
usually,
see a little butt right here.
what's the one of the other high brands that you see, and not Tito's, but
Kettle?
Grey Goose, right?
Scott
Three
Thomas.
Olives. Three Olives is a very good one. That goes well, ironically, with the dirty martini.
Be Bear
And I don't-
44. Hello
I don't want
there.
any dry vermouth with it. I just give me vodka, the dirty juice, and some ice, and I'm good. I don't drink them that much because they're pretty salty.
They're very soft.
And you only get a jar of olives like that. You only get a couple
Stolons
of
and
drinks
strong
out of
and
it.
cheap.
And
That's right,
you
protein.
can't really use all of the brine out of it and then fill it up with water and expect it's going to be nice and briny again. But you can kind of dilute it a little and maybe get a couple of drinks out of one 6-8 ounce jar of olives, but usually no more than like 2 drinks. We actually went to the trouble of finding a mix for making a dirty martini mix. And they were just so briny. It was like, man, is this water from the Colorado before it gets lost in the desert near Yuma, Arizona? I mean, seriously, that was too much. So And I think we still have to throw that away, huh?
What?
I think there's still bottles of that shit down there under the
Might
TV.
be.
Yeah, we lose
Daniel
things under
Evans
that.
had to quit smoking grass because he got paranoid and was hiding in the bushes.
Who did this?
Daniel Evans.
Daniel.
When I was younger,
I
let me
understand.
tell you, it made me so paranoid. I couldn't handle it.
You know, you might want to try a lower dose of a gummy, and maybe try a 10, and just let it see how it makes you feel, and maybe it just gives you a little bit of a relaxation instead of a high, and certainly not paranoid.
Well, Bo's on camera.
Oh, Bo is a little bit there. But one thing you want to make sure
On soon.
is sativa, because sativa is the version of cannabis which
Joanne
gives
Wickless.
people excitedness and energy, where indica, the other of the two chief strains or classifications of
That's
strains,
crazy, Jimmy Rick.
is
Rick,
more sedative. What?
do you know that there's people that have land in the middle of nowhere bought in Yuma for when California eventually breaks off for beachfront property value?
Oh, okay, right. Well,
It sort of
the
makes
whole
sense.
the whole premise is based on
No
the
way,
San
Mr.
Andreas
Dog, give me a gummy.
San Andreas fault. So, you know, eventually, if we have a major plate tectonic event, it may result in the land west of the San Andreas fault
So are you set?
going west.
You don't need anything, right?
Right now, I'm fine.
Okay. I'll be back. I will not be able to read what's going on.
Well, let me hold your phone.
I don't like you holding my
We'll just put it right here.
Don't mess with my phone.
Just put it down so I can look at it. All right. There you go.
Don't touch it.
You know, Spin Dallas, that question is often asked, but I don't think really there is a fault to assess or blame. It's just the natural geochemical or geophysical or geological processes that have been going on this planet for, according to what dating tells us, 4.5 billion years. And when you take a look at the timeline of all the things that have happened on this rock, the third rock from the sun, hey, that would be a good name for a movie or maybe a television show. I gotcha. But seriously, there is something I want to talk about. I'm interested. And I'm not just trying to, well, maybe I shouldn't even say anything. Because I really don't want to start any trouble. But is the Earth flat as a pancake? There was a band called Head East, good rock and roll band, and that was one of their first albums called Flat as a Pancake. So what do people think? What do you think? Daniel Evans says yes. Bo's looking cuddly. Mr. Doggy Dog doesn't think so. Rick is unattended. Yes. The Earth is flat. Okay. It's flat where you are, maybe. But it kind of doesn't stay flat. Yeah, I don't want to argue the pros and cons of this theory. And I think some of it ties into people who have deep faith, because that's what they are using. This process is basically like a description apparently is what you get people to reference different chapters and verses, Old Testament, I guess. But does anybody know who Elon Musk is?
Oh, don't go there.
And I'm talking about him in terms of his companies, like SpaceX. So, well, I'm just, he is going to eventually have vehicles flying to Mars.
Okay.
That's his long-term
True,
plan.
Alaska, he's unattended.
And that would not be possible under the scenario of the Earth is flat as a pancake. But that's what he thinks is going to happen. That is what he's determined to do. And his spacecraft can actually land and be reused. Amazing. So I would ask Elon Musk what he thinks about that, and then get back to me and let me know. But otherwise, Daniel, thank you for sharing your feelings about it.
What's the wildest pot trip you ever took? Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
What is a pot trip?
Well, just getting real high. I when I was like 16, 17, somebody had, and now it's called wax, right? It's like the residue stuff. It's gummy, and then you can take a special type of a tool.
Thomas, hello there. Happy Friday.
Get some of it out, and then you can rub it on and smoke it. So it was like wax. So it was called hash oil toss.
Oh,
Hash oil.
I've heard of that.
So I inhaled a cloud of this off of whatever this guy was using to light it, and it hit me so hard, I went right out. And I fell on top of these couple other fellas that were with me. They were all not as big as I was, but luckily they broke my fall. I didn't hit my head on the ground. I stopped my head from hitting, but I totally went out. So that's my wildest.
Hey, Nick, thank you.
And it wasn't exactly fun. Oh, thank you, 420. That's a very apropos for the reference that we are giving right now. So I'm still searching for something. And I asked one person and they gave it to me, but if you buy hemp gummies that have THCA and you think you know the good deal and you've tried them and you think they're good, I'd like you to maybe email us and let us know who you get them from. It's not for myself. It's for Darlene, and she just wants one at night to help her go to sleep. She's not trying to get high off of it. And if if you use the gummies I have, you catch a buzz off them. And then she bought this. We bought these in Delaware, and I was told that you were supposed to cut them in 4 pieces.
4 pieces?
Yes.
You're lucky I cut them in half.
Well, that's what it was. It was like 4 doses in each gummy. Whatever. So, I need something a little less crazy because, like I said, we don't need her to catch a buzz off it. She just wants to sleep. So, if you have a good
Hey, I don't mind the buzz.
brand that you have happy with and it's reasonable, I mean, I'm not buying real crap. And they wanted so much money for 10 lozenges or what? I mean, it's ridiculous. Looking for like maybe 20 or 20 to 25 in a container that maybe is like a 10 to 25 THCA dose. That's all. And hopefully they're like maybe $30, $40 at the most. Because
Hey, if I knew
prices
these
are
ones
crazy.
in Delaware were as good as they
We
are,
would have bought a couple bottles.
I would have bought 4 at least.
Yes, because we got that for what? $40, $35, $40?
I guess I'm taking a day trip to Delaware.
Delaware, we're going to get some more, right? Well, so if you would send this to our email, And then you can go to rickserrastar.com, the website, and on the website there's a link for email. So just look at Rick Serra Star, that's Serra, and Star. I know most of you know the drill. A few of you maybe new.
It was a
It-
birthday gift.
It was that she gave to me, and it was making fun of me that I was like a star in my own mind. So rickserrastar.com. And then here's the funny thing: we got the domain, so we still have that, I think. Do
Thanks,
we get
Daniel.
we get an annual bill from GoDaddy? We registered and you buy it every or rent it
No, I
a
think
yearly.
it's every 2 years.
2 years from GoDaddy. So, and at rickserrastar.com you can see the latest uploaded video or live, whatever applies at the time. It has a link to all my other social media platforms. And it does, of course, have a link to a store. We have some items that you could purchase if you would like. Christmas is coming. That's all rickserrastar.com. Thank you in advance. But please, we really appreciate the tips on hemp gummies that would help her to sleep. Thank you so
slept
much.
really good last night.
I know. Well, that was the next to the last one, wasn't it?
I know. I got one more good night.
That's it.
And I'll try the other stuff.
Yep. I have sativa gummies. It doesn't seem to matter what it is. If it's a nicely rolled joint with a little built-in filter made out of folded cardboard, and it's not harsh and et cetera, she occasionally will enjoy a couple of puffs of a
Hey,
nice one.
JPO Enterprise, you sound new. Do you run your own Twitter account, Rick?
Twitter? You mean X? Yes, we have an X, and I forget what it is, but I have some kind of an address. But if you go on rickserrastar.com, you will see the Twitter or X link, and you can see what I post there. Most of the time, it's just, again, letting you know on a different platform
Sounds
that
interesting, Carson.
there's a video coming out on the YouTube channel, or I'm going to be doing a live stream on the YouTube channel. So it's really just used for announcements more than it is major content. Instagram I also have, and I put up different photos and videos occasionally, but I also use that as promotion. All this is promotion for YouTube. So where you are watching us now, you're able to find us and trying to help the world be a better place, one new subscriber at a time.
Is that the
So-
Pepsi commercial?
That's basically it. But I'm just using it for the Rick Serra channel. What was it? Rick Serra, it's a new generation. Rick Serra, come and listen. Rick Serra. No, it's not with Pepsi. What was it? We're a Rick Serra generation. It was a Pepsi generation, right? One of their
That's
campaigns.
Not what I was thinking of. Must have been
And then there was a Coke. Coke ones, of course, had a lot more singing with Coke. I don't know why Pepsi just didn't think they were musical.
Oh, Mr. Doggy Dog.
Hello, Mr. Doggy Dog.
Rick, I
What?
screamed your name whilst on the toilet.
Oh no, you
Those
screamed.
painkillers make it hurt.
Oh no. I don't like it when people scream my name and they're on the toilet at the same time. That is a reference to I caused something, and that's why they're screaming my name on the toilet. I do not mess with people's derriere. I do not. Leave your bum, but that I might come. Oh, but I leave your phone. But I might go over by the bush or something, you know? I'm not going to use your phone, for God's sake. Well, I was trying to get out of a hole there. I dug a pretty deep hole, and the ant lion caught me. It's now eating me from the feet up. Ant lions. They're pretty cool creatures. Read them. Read about them. You'll love it. So what kind of what planet is your favorite planet? I'm copying a bit done by somebody. So mine's the sun. It's hot and everything. That makes it cool, don't you think? You're supposed to come back and tell me, but the sun isn't a planet. It's a sun or a star. Well, whatever. I just think it was cool. Will Ferrell, the bit that he did on SNL.
Don't remember it.
No. I see. Well, did you watch it? It came back over here.
Yeah.
Wow. On camera, the dart went through the screen, and it really is going to be cool on replay.
Sorry,
This
Carson.
is Cocktail Hour with Rick, a weekly show that we began way back in the year 2020.
Oh, yes. Do you remember it's Pat from Saturday Night Live?
Pat from Saturday Night Live,
Well,
definitely.
We have a person in
Oh
this
my God,
park,
we do.
and her name
Is.
is Pat. And she does look like the Pat from
And
Saturday Night Live.
This actually, the last couple times I've seen her, she was at least a little bit more lady than generic. But when we first saw her, it was like literally I was looking at the character right out of the show across the room. And her hair was darker too.
I don't know about that.
No? Well, she and another member of the community she
Hey,
lives here
dingle dangle.
seasonally.
We're a quitter.
We had several people pass away. One who was living in the park at the time, and unfortunately was found expired in his mobile. Well, his dog, Leroy, was adopted and is still here in the park. And
Two ladies are taking care
the
of
lady, two different ladies, and he's thriving. You know, he's
You
he
know
gets.
they have a snowstorm in Denver, right?
I heard they were like somebody was snowed in.
I'm snowed in here in Denver.
Who was that?
Dingle Dangle.
A dingle dangle too,
Happy
yeah.
I work from home. How are you guys doing?
We're fine, but totally the exact opposite. We're still, when the sun is beating down on this side of the mobile home in the afternoon, and man, 86 degrees this morning. What was it? It was like 80, but it was 90% or something humidity, so it felt like it was 87, and it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, it's still plenty warm here. We have native friends, you know, MNG, we've mentioned them many times before. And occasionally M surprises us as Florida man. But he literally is a Florida man. And he's saying, look man, it's November 8th. We're now in the second week of November. It's about time to start to cool the fuck off. Because usually this is where they start to go, feel that. What? It's only a high of 75. Oh my God, we wait for this all summer. And you really can't appreciate it. You know, we had other people in the park who had to evacuate, and they couldn't get out on a plane. It was too expensive, so they rented a vehicle by them as together.
Five adults. They all drove.
And they all drove.
And they drove, was it to Michigan or Minnesota? I can't remember.
Oh, I thought this was the people who live up in Massachusetts.
May have been. It's, Serra.
Yeah,
he
it's
from?
Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. 5 of them in the car. But it would have cost them, I think he told me, 1,200 per person.
Per ticket.
For one way.
For a one-way ticket. So they were definitely taking advantage of people at that point. But he said he was here in September.
Hey,
And he
drip
said-
wet.
100.
It was 70 in Parkville today, they said.
Ah, that's nice temperature. Now it's cool, probably, maybe down in the 50s, or the upper 50s, lower 60s.
Well, it's still 80 degrees.
Still 80 here. We looked this up earlier and saw that it was going to be 80 at
61
7
in
o'clock.
Parkville.
61 now. That's nice. So it's still. I could have gotten by without winterizing my campers, if I'd have known this. I busted my butt to get that done, and then found there was a
But
problem.
wait a minute, aren't you glad we didn't bring the camper?
Yes, it would have been no sense in it. But I think we realized that when we found out how bad everything was hit down here.
And you can call that place tomorrow.
Oh, about the storage? Okay. And we have a place we're gonna check for maybe starting to park it, the camper that is here, next February. And then bring it back home in May, whenever we decide to run back up. But if the weather's nice and we're actually able to get in the water, I'm not gonna run home when the temperature of the water is finally at the point where you'll actually go in with me.
I'm not asking you.
Okay, just saying right now.
Okay.
Because a lot of people who follow those American holidays so rigorously, like Mother's Day, you have to be back for Mother's Day.
Your mom
I
wanted to
know,
be
I
back
know.
for Mother's Day.
That's true.
It was not me.
We went away on Mother's Day weekend camping.
A lot, because
And-
it's right around our wedding anniversary, and that's what we would do every year. And his mother always gave us a hard time.
She did not like that at all. So
Because we needed
yes,
to
I'm
be there
talking
to
about my dear
celebrate
mom,
mom
Jess.
for Mother's Day.
Yeah, well,
That's how mom was.
we're going to be celebrating her. Oh, the picture that got slightly damaged.
Yeah.
I'd like that to be with the pictures. Is it okay?
It's in there somewhere.
Okay, as long as it's. I just was thinking about that because we don't have a lot of, unfortunately, photographs like that.
I can have some printed out. if
We
you
could.
have 'em.
We could print a couple out. Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about doing that. We go to like CVS maybe or something.
You would definitely get a CVS.
Yeah. And get some cheap frames or something like that.
Don't need frames. You can just sit down. You
Sim
can
lay-
take
lay 'em?
frames from there, you can take a look. 'Cause
Right.
half those photos we're not keeping.
All right. Well,
Just saying.
I have to scan and save these photos that end up in file. I forget what the file number is. 13.
I don't know what
The
you're
trash
talking
can.
about. Oh,
It's
yeah,
is that what they used to call it?
yeah, file
I've been retired for so long I forget those funny little phrases that you say in the working world. So, is anybody having a good time, or is about to maybe go on some kind of a great adventure? You want to share a little bit about it? Why don't you type into the room? Let's try to bring up some kind of a chat that we all can
Anybody
participate
getting
in.
ready to go on a good vacation?
Yeah. Anybody going up to Iceland, for example? That would be a thrilling place to go.
Well, right here, the trees are okay, but we rode past so many
Oh.
humongous live oaks that were on their side,
That they
and you had
just toppled them.
bigger than this just laying on top of the
Yes.
ground where the roots were unearthed.
Right.
Oh, and we drove down the road right by the beaches, I tell you.
We
it
went
was
along
so
the coast all the way
devastating.
from, first we went down to Madeira Beach, then we went down below John's Pass into Treasure
Like that
Island.
tequila, didn't you, Carson?
And that was bad enough. So we drove back up, turned around, and we pulled over
Oh,
and took a look at a place right on John's Pass, usually the other side, which we didn't see much. And never went over there to check it out, but I always wanted to. Well, the place is totally
yeah.
ruined, and then there's residential condo buildings down at the bottom of the road that were damaged. And the bridge is okay, but it's got a sandbar underneath of it now, so it's going to be an enormously expensive sand moving operation. It'll take time for them to open that waterway, which is a major recreational spot.
Yeah.
People go out to the Gulf and in.
December to hang out with their sister.
All right.
We're going to Salem and doing some ghost tours.
Oh,
and such.
excellent.
That's great. Kylie and Tom and Cheyenne went
yes.
up to Salem just before Thanksgiving.
Halloween.
Halloween. I'm
Yes.
sorry, just before Halloween. So that was good.
And they had a good time. They didn't have any experiences of the paranormal,
That's
sadly.
good, Daniel.
But good for you, man, that you get to do something like that. That sounds cool. Real cool.
Oh, JPO Enterprise, you should do it. I would definitely go to New Hampshire, up in that area. We did a trip up north, shortly after we were married,
We went all the way up to
Maine.
Acadia National
Yeah.
Park in Maine.
because Rick always wanted to go to the beaches, and I don't mind the beach, but it's like I want to go north, and we had such a great time.
That was tremendous.
That's before we had a camper.
Yeah,
were
we
camping in a
stayed in a
tent,
little tent.
primitive.
Yeah, no electric. I didn't have a CPAP back then, so I
Yeah.
didn't care. It was a really fun time, a lot of good feelings, and we had a rummy contest. That was
Yeah,
one of the things we
tournament.
did was play cards. We could do that with flashlights. So, and in the motel rooms or whatever, to do kind of something to do. So we get home.
It's K1ish's home state. Very good.
Remember, we got home after a long drive,
And
and
we
we sit down and finish our tournament. Whoever wins, we're pretty evenly matched. It goes back and forth who wins, but
And he hates to lose.
I try to cover it up. But she loves to point out that I got 470 and you have 220. We played a 500. There is another version where you can play to 5,000.
We did that.
We did that, I know.
That was our tournament.
Were we doing 5,000 on that? No, this is the one we learned from the H's. The H's are the ones who told us about the 5,000 run.
Yeah, but when we went up to Maine and back.
Yeah, we're playing the regular
we
500.
No, we played more than 500. I think we were playing 1,000,
Really?
maybe.
I don't remember it being
It
changed.
doesn't matter, but I beat your ass.
Well, you know, that's an interesting thing. It's the
Hey,
memory.
Mr. D-Pants must be in here somewhere. I see somebody said hi to him.
Yeah, memory is a crazy thing because we
Yeah.
think we remember certain things certain ways,
Hey, Mr. D-Pants.
and someone would have videotaped with audio or filmed with audio and played back the same moment. You would be very surprised the way you remember something and the way it really was.
Oh, I agree.
But I don't know
Hey,
why,
Shailene.
but we do that over
Rich.
time. Our memory shifts of what we think happened in these moments.
Yeah, and I've heard people say there's 2 sides to every story. It's 3 sides.
Yes.
It's your side, my side, and what really happened.
What really happened.
So it's three sides to every story.
And if you are a believer, the big man or woman in the sky, they know all. Right? Wheel in the sky, keep on turning.
Yeah.
Don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
Why do you sing like? Why don't you just sing it?
I
instead
don't
of
know
like,
how to sing it right. I falsetto it because I don't know the notes.
Well, then don't try.
Then don't try. Whatever. I don't. I didn't actually want to bring out who sang that. Is that Journey or something?
Could be.
I don't know. I think it's Journey. Like my favorite band of all. It's not Journey.
What you smoking, MT wants to
Oh,
know.
okay. This is Florida weed from
And yes, it was Journey.
Roll One is the grower. Roll One is actually active in Maryland as well. This is called Pastelito. Pastelito ended up being, notice it, it tells you somewhere. Usually you can get it, oh here it is up top. About 25% THC. But it is sativa. So that's why I use that for the show. It helps me to be more like this instead of, hey man, how's it hanging? I've had a little,
I've never seen you like that on top.
Huh?
I've never seen you like that on top.
No. I don't know if I've ever been like that except for on like IV medication because I'm on painkillers. Dilaudid, maybe I went, good luck, Dad. That's pretty good. Hey, who gave us a tip? Say thank you.
Hey, Carson Thorpe, thank you very
Again,
much.
Carson
I would pay
Thorpe,
for
thank you.
CHWR karaoke night.
Oh, would that be
The song
fun?
is Wheel in the Sky by Journey. Thank
That's
you.
what it was. I thought Journey. I've been around a long time. I don't know how I acquired this information, even when I don't care about it. Like I said, I'm sorry. I just don't really love Journey. They're okay, but I knew exactly who sang it, and I knew to pull it out because we were talking about the woman or the man in the sky looking down at us. Watch up the sky, watch ball. That's a different character. What's wrong? She's showing me her toes.
Nothing's wrong as long as you do what I want you to.
On camera?
Well, I'm so far behind. My foot isn't even up on your leg yet.
Oh, well, it's right here. People are seeing it.
Let me try.
Somebody's going to go, ew, snaggletooth. No, they're not too bad. She had her foot's done.
Yeah.
Right here, you've got a little.
Yeah, I know.
She gets these cracks into the folds of her skin under the pads on the bottom of her feet.
They're calluses.
And at times, these have become
Claws.
really terrible, and I have had to do long-term debridement, basically, little at a time, letting her heal, letting her stop screaming for a few minutes, continuing. Not long after I started dating you, I started to tend to your feet.
No,
I think
you
it was
did
after
not.
you deep-throated me, and I came 4 times that I decided that I was going to do your toes for you.
Why do you have to?
Now
join
your cat didn't
everything?
like it and scratched my ass every time I helped. That damn cat. So I remembered to lock it in the
That cat lost
bathroom.
its life because of you.
I know it did.
What made me fall in love with Rick? Who knows? I really
I
don't
gave
know.
her the knockout drops several times. Oh. And then she woke up and goes, "Oh my God, you're so small."
Why?
Why
Do that?
My dad came down the steps while I'm in
Oh,
the basement
God.
with her for the first time.
Well, no.
And then I said, "Shrinkage, shrinkage."
No.
He was coming
Here's
down.
the thing.
Oh my God, because he loved to use
He
the
had
bathroom
to
in
take
the
a
basement.
crap,
He
and
was-
he came down 2 flights of stairs.
because he didn't want to do it
Rick
upstairs.
takes me to his house. I didn't know he lived with mommy.
I live in mommy and daddy's basement.
And we're in the basement, and then all of a sudden, this man who must have been in his 70s
Yes.
start walking down the steps.
Yes.
And Rick is over top of me trying to do something, and he couldn't find the right spot to stick it. And his father comes down the steps.
I needed more
Holy
light. I needed more
shit.
light. I told you. I asked if you had a flashlight. And she told me, if you just can't find it naturally by the smell, then forget it.
God.
All right, so
Made me
this is
happy.
this is what people wait for when cocktail hour with Rick comes week by week. You never know what the old man is going to say, and it just seemed
No,
funny.
he is not.
Seemed funny in my mind to say these things now over this, part of it is actually a historical reality what happened, and some of it is not.
True, Alex, thank you.
What did Alex say?
Don't worry about it.
Ah, good. I don't worry about it. But earlier there was an Alex and told me he was snowed in Colorado.
Different Alex.
Different Alex? Okay. So, I don't know how to.
How to what?
Darlene did, but we don't have a sewing machine anymore. I said so.
Oh,
I started the conversation very clearly.
I
I said
didn't
so.
hear the word so.
I'm messing with you here. Refill your ammo supply.
I am full.
Are you full?
Yeah.
All right, you're full. I'm full too. Ugh. Getting these darts, and these darts are easy to lose track of. There's one. I'm not sure if I got the other one or not.
Nope.
Okay, now
There's one over there.
we'll find it.
We keep finding
So
them,
we have to pick them up and then
put them down.
put them down. But we have a nice. Hold the container out, please.
They've seen this.
We have a nice little container here, and it's got. Oh, it's got a second gun, and I can shoot too, so I can retaliate. But this is our Florida set. We're slowly but surely duplicating everything. So I have a portable bidet up in Baltimore, and I have one down here. And so I have like a microphone stands up there. I have a couple down here. I have a mixing cart up there. I have a little mixing board down here. I got guitars in both locations. So we've been trying to do that kind of a thing. We don't have 2 Windows computers. We just have one, and we've been just moving it back and forth. But we had monitor and printer at both locations. Well, the printer, which was in the damage of the roof and the water that came in, got wet, but somehow it's okay. It's working. The only thing I haven't checked is the monitor.
And we can't till we bring it.
Well, I can hook it up to the Mac.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can do that. So, but I haven't got around to that. Now that we have actually pretty close to moved into the master bedroom, there's now just that one corner that's near where I am, on my side of the bed. We got to clear all that crap up. Maybe that lamp would be good in here. You know what I mean? That's kind of a. It's got a bunch of Mardi Gras beads that Mom, myself, and Dolly got in
They were
2019.
all moms.
They were all moms.
Yes.
We had more up there too. That's right. Well, Mom was a pretty good grabber. I mean, they were.
She was a party girl, let me
Yes,
tell
let
you.
me tell you. She grabbed all those. Hey. We were, at the Mardi Gras back in 2019. It was a good time, and they one parade. Their storm was coming, so they tried to hasten and get through the route. And instead of breaking up bags of beads and throwing out beads to people, they started throwing out whole bags full of these damn things.
Yes, they did.
And a couple of them hit us. I got hit by a couple different objects, which we then collected. So, luckily we drove.
Sounds good, Spin, thank you.
But we grabbed a whole bunch of that merchandise, didn't we?
did.
Have to go back
we,
again.
If we ever did it again, we would not have to go with us.
No, we'd have to go without a boat.
And we would actually stay in New Orleans.
I think so too. Yeah.
We were so far out.
Yeah, it was no fun driving in and out from the suburbs to go down to find the parking garage and get stuck in one for a couple hours because there was a parade and they were not going to let people out. So we were stuck there. And when it took about 2 hours for it to go by. Fun things we've been through, Mike.
Yes.
So much fun. More fun will come.
Yep. Do you remember New Orleans when we Ubered into the city? We weren't that far out, but we did Uber in.
Right.
And you left your phone in the Uber.
That was Key West.
Key West.
That's right. Yeah, I remember. And somehow the guy was honest with us, and
He answered the phone when it kept ringing, and he brought it back, and we
Yeah.
gave him 25
yeah, we
bucks.
gave him $25 tip for being such a good guy and bringing back my phone. I mean, and we didn't even ride that far. It was a 10-minute ride, and that quick. And it came out of my pocket. I was wearing a pair of shorts that it just didn't stay in the pocket. It slipped out right there in the cushion. So I wanted to say something. I haven't heard anybody else. So
Die Hard, Jimmy Rick. That's my favorite Christmas movie.
I'd like to talk about something. And I said this before. I wanted to talk about finders, keepers, history seekers. I became friends with those guys. They learned about me and they liked what they saw me doing on YouTube with another creator. So they asked if I would be on their podcast. And so when we recorded, that would be like 7 a.m. your time. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's 12 noon our time, so that'd be 7 a.m. I'm like, all right. No, I wasn't that much of a bitcher, to tell you the truth. But it was really fun.
He wasn't retired. He was still working.
I was still working. So I was happy to do it, and after that we went back and forth, reached out to one another, communicated about different things, and well, they've been doing YouTube for a bit longer than me, and they've been working very hard at it. Sue, the quiet administrative person behind the scenes, and then Matt and Andy, the two guys that did the investigation. Well, Andy, and I don't know why, but Andy decided to stop being a regular participant in the whole thing. But not long after that, he unfortunately was diagnosed. Well, unfortunately, he was caught, but unfortunately, he had cancer of his tongue. Cancer of the tongue is not an easy thing, but apparently the prognosis is good. So I wanted to say to anybody who is fans of the Beepers to send prayers and love to Andy and help him to have strength and certainly to heal. And then I also, on a more cheery note, wanted to say something. This Matt, the other principal guy, he's the owner now, running the show, doing his abandoned entries, and he has great understanding of the architecture and the history in Europe at different locations. And it's his birthday today, actually. That's yesterday now in the UK. But happy birthday, Matt. And I'm going to sing, as I promised, happy birthday to you, Matt. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Matt. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Do we have
And
any
best
other
for the
birthdays?
Beepers. Any birthdays? Speak up now so we can acknowledge you, or you'll have to wait till next week.
MT wants to know what their channel is.
The Finders, Beepers, History Seekers. That's the full name. Finders, Beepers, History Seekers. They started out as guys that went out with metal detectors to historical locations. They'd find musket balls or pieces of swords or whatever. And over time, a couple of the people aged out, and the other two, they moved from just using those devices
Well, Trey, what is her
to
first name
investigating
so we can sing?
old structures like mansions, farmhouses, you name it. They've been in so many locations. And Finders, Beepers, History Seekers has 2 or 3 other
Okay, Carson, we'll see you next week.
channels.
Dan Wilson's birthday was on the 26th.
Dan?
Dan Wilson.
Yes. Hey, Dan. Here's your song. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Dan.
Happy birthday, Dan Wilson. Thank you for being a fan. I hope you had good fun, whatever that was, about a week or so ago. And it's too bad it wasn't like the beginning of the month, so I don't know. You should at least have a 2-week period that you can celebrate yourself. And have a great next trip around the sun. So how are we doing? Are we getting close to
Happy birthday to Hannah Baker.
Hannah Baker? She made it. Hannah Baker. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hannah. Happy birthday to you.
And happy birthday to Grandma Baker. She turned 91.
Wow, Grandma Baker. Well, I'm guessing that's a relative of Hannah. So, Grandma Baker. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy 91st birthday
And her name's
to
Ginny.
Grandma
Ginny.
Jenny.
Happy birthday, Ginny.
Happy birthday, Jenny. I'm glad that you had a 91st birthday, and we hope that maybe you'll come back next year for 92. Yes, I will sing to you once a year. No problem. Thank you. I hope that you did see that happen, man. So where are we time-wise?
You have about 15 minutes.
Oh, really? I thought it was almost over. Okay. I have to admit, unfortunately, I'm dealing with real structural pain. And I knew I was going to because I had been getting progressively better when I was under active therapy, and it's now 3 weeks I haven't had any,
And you're not doing any stretches.
and I haven't really tried to help the matter, but I haven't been sedate either. Getting things taken care of has been a challenge. It includes even loading up the car and a couple of tables, a couple of armchairs, and she took those 2 different runs to a thrift store that's a church and a church school. They use the money that they earn in profit from selling these thrift store goods to the betterment of their program, the school and the church. So it's nice outreach and nice to give back a little bit. And frankly, these tables, they were a little messed up, but I was able to clean them up.
Very good.
Yes, I thought that would be the case. Just a little bit of elbow grease and took them from looking nasty to looking okay. Right, Bo? So Bo's over here, just out of view. He likes to take one of the little throw pillows
We
and
have a
push it
birthday-
down under.
birthday.
Another birthday?
Yes. Costco. C-U-S-T-O.
P.
C.
Oh.
U. S. T.
Custo.
Costco.
This is my first time singing to a Custo. So happy birthday, Custo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Custo. Happy birthday to you.
That was Spin's cat.
Oh, Spin's cat.
Customer service. My rowdy orange-board cat turned 1 on the 28th.
Oh, Custo. That's pretty cool. I was really thinking this was a human being, and maybe they were from a Scandinavian country or something, and their name was Custo. But oh, you found a spot. He's on the little throw pillow on that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in the view, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. That's pretty funny.
Look, can you see?
Oh my gosh. So Bo, how you doing, baby? Oh,
He's
you're
off
down
already.
already. Not enough cushion. Come here.
Not enough cushion for his cushion.
Look at who popped in to visit us.
Hey, Bo.
And this is what you call clean, Bo. Oh
Smells
my,
so
still
good.
smells good. Yeah, nice and
Still
clean.
fresh.
Still fresh. A whole, how many hours? A day later. Yeah, very good. And he puts up with being showered. He even walks into the bathroom
Oh, you know, he came in today.
and walks into the shower.
I was in the shower. He comes in. We let him in the house. He came into the shower. He was right at the door. I finished. I opened it up. I said, "Come on, you want to come in?" He didn't come in, but he was
Put his
pretty
nose
close.
in there, huh?
Yeah.
And you're funny. Aren't you funny? I know you are. You're hilarious. But I didn't want you to be outside. I told you to stay in there because I was keeping up around here. And that was when you were like taking a shower. So I put it in and said, you go inside. And I set this up like this for, of course, the position of the camera and all. Behind you, I guess you see we have lights along the fence.
Hey, Paul, we're in
Which,
Florida, Seminole, Florida.
People from our park are able to go out and lock a gate that you have a key double sided lock, and you can go out and you can take a walk over this way along these lighted fences. It leads you right to where you go to the shopping.
Seminole City Center.
That's what they named it. So it's like an open series of strips of stores and different kinds of places, restaurants and bars,
Yeah.
a movie
Outside
theater,
mall.
a couple of grocers, a couple of different pet places.
Thank you, Daniel. See you next week, Sarah 2.0. No, it's the first Friday of every month. It was last week, Sarah.
We did the cleansing last week.
It was the
Now I
first
tell you
Friday
what
of the
you
month.
could do is you don't have to watch the whole thing, but just play back some of the cleansing from last week. And while we're doing the cleansing, imagine in your mind we named you and we splashed water into the air. It'll have the same effect on you then. And then of course you'll feel all the lightness fall from you, and then you'll want to go dance. Okay? Very good. Or I could just do all right. Sarah 2.0, you are cleansed. I just got the chair. Put the water on the cushions. We had rain come suddenly and got cushions wet the other day. Now it's wet again. Oh well, it was only a little bit. But I got Serra 2.0. There you go. Earlier we did Sol Cecita because she also missed. In the future, if you can't make the first Friday and you want to be cleansed, we will happily use your, call your name out and do the cleansing. You need to let us know by email before the show. That is technically rick.adr@aol.com. Or just go to ricksarahstar.com and look for the link for email. After you find that, you'll just click and you'll be able to send an email right to us. Right?
True.
And what we haven't said once, we should say at least one time. And if you're watching for the first time on even
I
the
put it out
replay,
there.
did you put it out? Yes, certainly we always like to let people know that if you've never watched the show before and you've enjoyed, would you like a free gift? Just write by sending your name or some name, but a correct mailing address. And if we use that, whatever name you give us, the postal person will actually deliver the mail. And it will come in a nondescript envelope, but it doesn't mean the content is below PG-13. It's not. All of our gifts are very tasteful, right on?
Sure they are.
She's the one that often sends out the gifts.
You mean often?
Basically
How
like
often have you ever done
100% of the time. How's that?
Okay, that's better.
And of course we ship a lot of our merchandise, the smaller items, and she kisses everyone before she sends it. Gives a little bit of love and hopes that it makes you feel warm inside when you put the package in your hand. No, Mr. Doggy Dog, I don't mean that aroused. Okay, just want to make sure he was still around, that I preempted that.
Hey, the Madness Hour. Hello there.
Madness Hour.
Yeah.
This is one of the great talents of YouTube. This person, identity is going to be remained secretive.
Not really, Jimmy
Produces great content. The Madness Hour on YouTube. The Madness Hour. That's all. That's the whole thing, and you get there and you'll see what I mean. You still doing any AI music? The House of Debauchery, what about it? Okay. And we would like to ask the Shay Lee or anybody who has the moderator and the link for Discord. Would you please post the Discord link? What is that? It's a
Oh,
link
she
for,
just did.
thank you, Shaylee, a digital playground. And it was put together by some very nice people who are fans of the show. And there's a nice little thing right there. Who was that? Let me see. Thank you very much, the Madness Hour. Being too kind. What's going on here?
Because it doesn't do it automatically, Rick. It's one
Oh.
of the problems I have. And
I
you're
see.
touching my friggin' phone.
All right, here. Give it away. Try not to do that. I don't know why it folded into that mode. Interesting.
I know, because the way you held it.
Oh,
What can I say?
if you move it a certain, the little bubble isn't level. You know, the level bubble, it's got to be right in the middle. You know, it can't be over to the right or to the left. You got to make sure you get it leveled out. And everything's cool after that, man. It's groovy, baby. You just got to get leveled out. And may I ask one more time, if you get some really good stuff that helps you level out, that's the
John
stuff
C.
made out of
and
hemp.
Dungeon Master, not sure. Hopefully they're doing okay.
The THCA that you can get from hemp in nice gummies, not full of a lot of isolates, but really just a good CBD
Hey, Computer Chick
source,
Productions, hello there.
along with some Delta 9 THC. We're looking for like 10 to 25 milligram dose. If you would be able to give us a tip on where you find them
Thank you, Shaylee. She just
online
posted
or
the
whatever,
link for
hopefully,
Discord.
I would greatly appreciate.
So
send
when
it to
we
us
go
by
off in just a
email.
couple minutes, if you want to continue, go
Rick.adr
there.
at AOL.com or click at ricksarahstar.com, the link for email. And thank you in advance for your help. Darlene will be happy to sleep and will thank you for every good night of sleep she has.
That's true. I like my sleep. I just can't do it often.
That's it. And then when she does wake up with this kind of problem of sleeping, she might wake up at 4 in the morning and lay there till 7 and then finally get up at 7. But she's already basically tossing and turning and not sleeping. Not sleeping is not fun, especially if you work. It's hard enough being
Dingle
retired.
dangle. Send us an email, please.
Send it to rick.adr at AOL.com. Thank you, Dingle Dangle. Really appreciate any leads, guys. Really, any leads. Because we don't want to just get the regular old strong legal ones. We just want the kind from hemp.
As
Are
long-
we-
Well, put it this way, if they're good.
And we want good ones. That's why I'm asking you guys, what do you get? Looking for a reasonable price and they do the job. She doesn't want to be spaced out, but she wants to be able to sleep. So that's about it.
Infinity. DJ.
Infinity is here. Hello. Hello, California. We hope that you've had a nice evening. Sorry, we're on the way out the door, though.
Yep.
Out the door.
Mm-hmm.
But the Discord is available. So if somebody would put that link out one more time, maybe he would like to join the Discord. I'm not sure.
Shanley has put it out, and she'll probably do it again.
Okay, Shay, pop it one last time, the Discord link, and then we're going to bid you all adieu. Love and kisses and hugs to everybody. Have a great weekend. Take care of each other. And we'll be back next week.
That's right, we'll be here.
We'll be here having more fun on Cocktail Hour with Rick. I'm going to now go to you guys,
Watch yourself.
sliding over.
That's right, hit the like button, guys, please.
Yes, the like button really is a good thing to click. So if you would click it,
Joanne
and we would love it.
Whitworth.
63 tonight. So thank you. It's up to 49 people. Good little crowd. All right, all.
Good night.
Peace and love. hang loose. See you next week. Come here. Okay, I got you.